Well, welcome back to Chiefs Fans Before We're Cool, a Brother Wonders podcast. Um, man, my wonderings are kind of dark
Yeah, it
this week.
was a dark day in the kingdom.
It's a dark day in the kingdom.
hmm
Um, what was the darkest part of the day for you?
Um, I mean, and that that pick six was pretty brutal. That's probably has to be the darkest part of the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, when he threw that, I just felt like it was one of those things where, that throw had worked in other situations, but it just got too predictable. Like like before I saw where the ball was going, I was worried it was going to get picked because of just like I've seen enough Chiefs games and when the professionals are watching their games too, right?
Yeah,
And they'll be ready for a play like that. And so they clearly were able to jump the route and even get all the way back to the end zone, which was nuts.
yeah,
No Noah Josh Simmons
yeah.
run down this time,
No,
unfortunately.
we had some high effort plays. Remember, I saw video. Juju Smith-Schuster ran like the whole way back the whole time. He never gave up on it. I mean, obviously he didn't get the play. And um, what was the other one? Um, Thornton. I think he
Tyquan
ran.
Thornton.
Yeah, he was like all the way in the back of the end zone, and he ran, and he
Yeah.
and he almost caught up to him. He got pushed by the defender at the end, but
To change
uh,
the topic to another team's dark days, Jamar Chase had three tackles because
yeah,
he had all the tackles from the Jake Browning interceptions. And now
that
they
is such a funny
and their
funny stat.
solution is to go from a guy who's willing to throw deep and often gets intercepted to go to an older guy that throws deep
Hey,
and often gets intercepted.
hey, man, Browning's been struggling. I don't know,
No,
like,
I don't blame them. It's just sad.
yeah, it's a rough place to be
It's
in for
like,
sure.
I don't know, which one do you think is more dependent on their quarterback? The Bengals or the Ravens?
Uh, yeah, their offense has really looked pretty bad too the last couple weeks. But they're not throwing it interceptions that many times. I think that I give more credit to the Bengals don't have a good offensive line. That's what makes it hard. But they have such good weapons that like that's where all their money's at. And so I feel like the Bengals are more dependent because it seems like their offense should still work without Joe
Right.
Burrow.
The Ravens, in part, have just had a lot of injuries, but I mean,
Yeah,
they've consistently been bad whenever Lamar's been out.
that's true.
So that's true.
But they just don't have the weapons. But they do have a better offensive line. They have a better running back. So maybe that's not fair. I don't know. It's um yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Typically, definitely the Bengals are more dependent because usually the Ravens have a better defense. So like they don't have to score a bunch of points and they can rely on running the ball and stuff like that. So
steal a game or two. Yeah.
yeah, I think that the Bengals are all pass heavy offense. So it's hard when you don't have a quarterback. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see how that goes. Um, maybe it'll be the saving grace for Chase and Higgins fantasy managers. Not that we talk about fantasy on this
yeah,
podcast,
that is not a fantasy podcast.
but
Hey, Chase did get a couple touchdowns
oh
and
yeah,
a
he
bunch of
got some
yards at the
garbage time
yeah.
padding. Like
Yeah. So he
they
actually
didn't
was
care.
he actually was playable or like played like his score wasn't bad
Right. I think you have
despite
to
the
play
game.
Jamar Chase, whoever the quarterback. They could put you as the quarterback and you would still want to play Jamar Chase.
I don't think so. I mean, it's all fun and games talking smack about Jake Browning, but like you're talking about throwing the ball in 2 seconds. Like a lot of times they
Oh,
have to get
that's
rid of the
true.
ball in like 2 seconds. You're like
Yeah, you would
one,
get
two.
murdered.
I would get. destroyed, especially with that offensive line. I would be in the fetal position crying within like 3 plays.
Well, I'm glad they didn't call you up,
I
Chris.
mean, don't
Let
get me
Joe
wrong.
Flacco do
I
the
would,
crying.
for the amount of money that I would make, I would take the beating. I would go. I would never be the same, but I would make so much money I could retire young. It'd be worth it. Bengals, call me up. I'll be there.
If you suddenly had NFL money, what would you invest it in?
I mean, like realistically, probably just like spread out through the stock market, S&P 500. Like I'm not a risky investor. I don't think I would invest it in anything
Anything crazy?
unusual, you
Yeah,
know?
try to get something there. I mean, or I mean, you could just call it an investment and like buy the nicest car you'll ever drive.
That's not an investment.
That's not-
That's called squandering your money. Investments go up in value.
okay, you could buy a house. Just buy lots of
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah. See, that's an investment. I mean, usually like any financial place, they ask you like, how much bad debt do you have? Because a mortgage isn't bad debt because a lot of times that will actually go up in price or at least maintain its value.
Yeah,
So buying a house is fine. Buying a
really nice
$500,000
cars.
car,
No,
nah,
I think
probably
you're taking
not.
this a little bit too seriously.
I'm sorry. What would you
Hypothetical.
invest in? If they call you up, if they say, yo, Shrug bro, we saw your podcast. You're our man.
Oh, all the money is going into this podcast.
Okay. Okay. One of us is a little more dedicated. Maybe with that kind of money we could get like all stars like Mr. Wasso himself to come back to our show
What?
with that kind of incentive.
The Wassa Wonder? Oh
The
my
Wasso
word.
Wonder. We could maybe get him
We
back.
can maybe get him back. Yeah, pay him for his time.
Hey, let's scratch all that. All the money just like
Wait, wait. I
to
mean,
get Travis Kelsey to come on our podcast one time and see if it takes off.
just have a chat. Just have a chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
we could just video him in, but like
Yeah.
all the money to get him to show up to one video chat and see if that like ignites our podcast and
Ignites our
sends it.
podcast. Everybody wants to watch it now.
I mean,
Yeah.
it might
I don't
work.
know. But it's okay. If we don't make a lot of money, we can always get Joel's brother,
That's
twin,
true. He's the backup.
the backup.
He's the Joe Flacco of the Cincinnati Bengals.
And
Um,
then we can, Anyway, sorry, this has gone a little far. Let's go back to the game. We
we don't
just
want to
don't
talk about the game.
we don't really could you all tell? We don't
Yeah.
want to talk about this game. It was bad. Like it was a game where there were so many serious mistakes. Like I think the thing that
Mhm.
stood out to me, again, maybe it wasn't a moment, but like all the penalties was
Yeah.
just unbelievable. Like just so many penalties, so many stupid penalties, so many unnecessary penalties. Like that interception that could have ended the game more or less, right? That gets called like but we get a pass interference. There was Trevor Lawrence or was Brian Thomas Jr. going to be able to catch that ball? No, not in any universe. But he's just falling. Your defender's falling, and he reacts and he grabs, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, it was there, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. And
How,
and you just let him catch it and then tackle him there, and then that's a lot of time for them to run up and try to spike the ball. At pass interference, they don't have to take any time off the clock. They get to just I can't remember if they had any timeouts at that time. I think they might have.
I
But
mean, if he
still
would
you
have
you burn
caught the touchdown, it would have been better, right?
was it was it a touch? Oh yeah, it was a touchdown, wasn't it? I gotcha. I was thinking of a different one. There was another pass interference that we got called on, right? Where it's just a pass on the field. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
mixing up my games, but in any case, um, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that felt bad and just unnecessary. That's the ones that kill you, right? Like the unnecessary
yeah,
penalties. Juwan Taylor got a penalty again, so not a
a
good game for
penalty,
him.
but I think they were saying that it's just
Oh,
because the receiver was also
Yeah,
in
the
line with him.
receiver position
So
or
it's
something.
just like, I mean, communication more than just Juwan. I mean, maybe it's Juwan Taylor's fault. We don't know. Or was it the receiver's fault? But, um, but yeah, so that one wasn't as egregious. It wasn't the
Hmm.
normal Juwan Taylor all on himself. Instead, they decided to spread it out. They spread out the love. They just were like, this time, Taylor, you're only getting one. We will make sure that we compensate for that, that we'll make sure there's enough penalties that you don't feel like you're missing out.
That you need to commit anymore.
Yeah.
It was a little rough. How did you feel about the kind of famous Chris Jones play at the end?
Like, man, so I never like, I don't know if he said anything about it. I don't know. Like, so maybe his thought was, it's definitely gonna be a passing play because they can't run it, right? Because if they run it and they don't make it, then they have to try to spike it or like run another play in a hurry. So I'm wondering if he thought they might do a quick crossing in the middle and thought that I'll back up into coverage, like I'll fake the rush and then back up close. I don't know. Or maybe he thought it was better that they score. I know somebody said that was like they figure they're going to score anyway, which I don't think makes much sense because
Because
you get
of
a
time.
sack, you get a sack and it's over, right? Which is another reason why I don't know if backing up into coverage makes a lot of sense if that's what he was doing. Like I don't know what he was doing, or was he just giving up on the play? I don't think so. Like that seems unlikely to me. It seems like maybe there's a lapse in judgment, or maybe he saw like I don't know what happened. Honestly,
Could have
I'm
been
not.
tired. Like you tired, your brain doesn't work quite right.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
like it was a long game and it was frustrating and the pass
and
interference
maybe
there that
and
gets on
maybe
the one.
he. I wouldn't be surprised if he even just saw that him go down. Like he like push. Maybe he was being double teamed, right? So he goes in. He's like, I'm being double teamed. I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm going to look to put my hands up. Oh, he's on the ground and there's guys around him. Like he's going to get tackled. Like maybe that was
Yeah.
his thought. Like, because
Yeah.
that is a good plan. A lot of times, if you're getting double teamed, if you're not going to be able to make it, just to look for the quarterback's eyes and try to block it. Maybe
Yeah.
that's what was happening, and it's just so hard to know. I don't know. You can get mad at him all you want. It seems he's he is what he is. I mean, he's a great player. He is slowing up a bit, but he's still a great player. And if I guess I'm not as upset about it as many people I know. What's
Yeah.
your feelings? That's the same
Man.
kind of idea.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard playing football,
Hmm.
exerting at the end of the game. I've definitely had plays where, just playing sports, I took the play off or, it didn't work out. No, I'm not getting paid as much or it's not as big of a deal, but like, it's kind of natural if even if it was that. And it's not it really we didn't lose that game because of Chris Jones,
No,
like there were
we
some,
didn't.
like I said, I would say I forget which player it was, but the pass interference on Brian Thomas before that. Because I can't remember if
That
that
was
was
big.
third or fourth down, but it could have been over, right? Like it could have been really over. Um,
Yeah,
they had to get a touchdown. It was 4 points. So
yeah.
you just,
It wasn't fourth down, I don't think.
it was a
But
third down maybe.
yeah,
Yeah, it was close though. It was like, oh, if we stop them here, it's a fourth and long kind of thing. And then
yeah,
it's just one more play.
yeah. That was big.
Spags does a
The
big,
two special teams penalties were huge.
oh yeah, that Butker kick. Oh,
Well, that was bad too. But there's like two holding calls, and I think they
oh
might have been
right, that
committed by the
killed
same.
the run back.
Can't remember if they're committed by the same guy or not. Like he looked similarly, but I didn't pay close enough attention for the first one. Um, but yeah, two holds that brought great returns way back, like brutal. And then obviously the Butker kick getting them to them on the 40 instead of the 30,
Hmm.
or hopefully even better than that, right?
Right.
Um,
You want them to have to run.
yeah, yeah. So because that burns off time too and everything else, and um, but yeah, just Mistakes, lots of mistakes.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, now
so
that we've wallowed in our grief
yeah.
and our sorrow, we were in denial, and then we got angry, and we're moving towards acceptance, right? As
I
they
mean,
say.
I think I've, yeah, I think I'm to acceptance. I think it was to acceptance before we came on this podcast.
Okay,
Good
okay,
thing
that's
we
what you
didn't try to
say,
do
but
it.
I mean, the way
We
you're
didn't do it
talking,
Monday night. At least we
was-
didn't do it Monday night. That
that's
was
right.
that would have been a little,
We would have been in the dark place, but
yeah.
we're in acceptance. So now in this stage of acceptance, what are some things that were positive, or what are some things that
Oh,
um
yeah.
you're
Our
happy about?
positives, our offense is, I felt great about. Like we talked about wanting to see our offense do it against a better defense, and we did. Like
Yeah.
we, I mean, we got that interception that maybe shouldn't have been an interception. Uh, I think probably it should have been called pass interference, but it is what it is. Like they didn't call it, and sometimes you get breaks and sometimes you don't get breaks. So we got that, of course. So that was nice. Getting a little choked up. Why don't you go for a second and drink some water?
Okay. Um yeah, so that was a helpful moment for our offense to give us some good field position there. Yeah, I mean, it was great. Against a really great defense, we scored 28 points. So, like, that's good.
Yeah,
Um,
and like even though we did get that break, we also threw a 98, 99-yard pick six. Like we were at the goal line. That
mhm.
play goes differently, and it's a touchdown. Um, so that's so we still our offense moved the ball well. It looked good. Our rushing game looked a lot better. Still needs to be better than it is. Like even that game, Mahomes was the leading receiver or rusher, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, so that still needs to get better. But our offense looked good. I was really happy with how they showed up and how they played. Obviously, the interception was the big negative for our offense. Um, but overall, I feel good about that. We have one more week and then Worthy's back after that. So you assume that'd make it even better. I so yeah, that was a real positive. And honestly, our team as a whole now, like I guess I'd rather have it this way where our defense had a bad game and our offense played well again than our offense struggled again. Because now I feel like I can have some confidence that no, our defense has showed that they can play well. Our offense has shown in multiple weeks they can play well. We just need to clean up the mistakes and we can compete with anybody. So I don't feel too bad. The record is rough, but I don't feel too horrible about the game as a whole. Like it was a tough loss, but uh, like my opinion of the team as a whole hasn't gone down a lot. The game was really tough, but like I don't think it's affected my opinion on the Chiefs. Or I feel like in a lot of ways it's positive even about my overall outlook of the Chiefs this season, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The special teams maybe is the one you're like,
Yeah.
it's been rough. Even Butker's not been as on point as before, and that's okay. Like, kickers go through slumps, and that's okay. So, yeah, I think overall I'm pretty happy about it. I am, I've said from the beginning that I wanted to be 3-3 before we get Rashee Rice back. Um,
Yep.
but and now it's kind of a tall task with our sixth game being against Detroit Lions.
Yep.
Um, but we'll see. I
You know
mean,
something? Do you want to hear something crazy?
no,
Okay, never
but
mind.
tell me.
Okay.
They want to hear it.
We
Our audience wants to hear it.
are six audience members.
Woo!
We are favored by 2.5 points.
Yeah, it's at home. I should.
It's in Kansas City.
Okay.
I still feel like that. I'm surprised.
I'm a little surprised too. Yeah.
Like
So that
I,
what that means is that they think the odds makers think Detroit, and again, it's sometimes
that
based
they
on
think that they're
betting.
basically like a half point better than us, which is seems
Right.
like less than it should be.
Yeah.
Like
So,
that, really, like Detroit's been. I mean,
yeah.
whatever. Um,
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, we have a good defense. Jared Goff is good, but like Steve Spagnuolo is really, really smart in how he plays.
I I
Um,
heard that the Detroit is injured on defense. I can't remember who exactly is injured, and I think that they're missing one of their tackles. So maybe we can take advantage of that. Um, but but yeah, I mean the Lions have been
look,
steamrolling people.
we're the Chiefs, buddy.
That's
We're the
true.
Chiefs. We can play with any of them. Like we could beat any
It's true.
person on any given Sunday. And that's kind of true for any team, but I just think especially with the Chiefs, like I wouldn't be surprised if we showed up. I wouldn't be surprised a little bit if we underestimate the Jaguars. They were 3-1, but nobody really felt like they were 3-1.
Yeah.
Maybe Liam Cohen's for real, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they are really I mean they are 4-1. So good for them. Although Trevor Lawrence made so many mistakes that, like even his run, he falls down
He he
twice and he gets
he
in the end zone. Like,
he also apparently has an aversion to looking at the clock. That is, I feel like
yeah,
the
he had
biggest thing.
yeah, the whole
So
it
you're
was
right, but that's
unbelievable.
but that's kind of been the Jaguars all season. And when it counted, when he needed to drive down the field, he made some phenomenal throws and plays. Of course, that one that was just up in the air was like it was a good pass, but also it's like that's a risky play. Like that he I don't
Oh,
even
the one
remember
in the
if
end zone?
no, it was just one of the where he had to jump super high and there's two defenders
Oh,
on either
Travis
side of him.
Hunter.
Travis
That
Hunter's
Travis Hunter
catch.
catch. Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was risky. That was a bad throw. The one to BTJ a little bit earlier, that was beautiful. I
yeah.
was like, oh,
And I
good
don't even
job.
think that the one to Hunter was a bad throw, but it's like you don't you make that 5 times and it might be a reception a couple times and an interception one time. It's not
Take your
a
shot. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't a bad choice. It's just one of those that worked out for him that time. Um, Also, that's a brutal to be have to be that high in the air, then get hit. Like that's rough.
Oof.
I Another reason why not playing
Yeah.
football.
Although I will say, I was very grateful that we did just enough to stop the run. So my fantasy team won by like a tenth of a
Well,
point.
screw you. So
I mean,
it's not a fantasy podcast. We can't.
not a
I don't want to
fantasy
talk about. I don't
podcast.
want. I don't want to talk about fantasy either.
I just saying. I know
I
you needed the 13 points and you got 11. That feels bad.
I don't even know if did I get 11. I don't even know if I got 11 because it's half PPR.
Oh, probably less
And
than that.
also that touchdown, man. That my Marvin Harrison Jr. had a touchdown that they then
Yeah.
reverted back to the 1 yard line,
Yeah.
and that would have made won me the week. But
That would have been the
oh
difference.
well,
It ended up being that. I predicted that.
you did.
I'm sorry.
Uh, it's
But
okay.
this isn't a fantasy podcast.
It's not
So
a
for the
fantasy
Lions,
podcast.
what matchups are you most excited about for
Um,
facing the Lions?
so I don't know for sure. Where does Aiden Hutchinson play against the left tackle? Because I'm really interested to see if Simmons can keep up with an all-star pass rusher like Hutchinson. I
Mm,
think he usually does line up on the left side, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
Um,
well, there is Google for that. Any other thoughts while I look that up?
yeah, I mean our secondary just needs to play better. That's was my one of my big defensive concerns coming into this year, and we kind of got lit up against Jaguars, who aren't a great passing offense, or hadn't been a great passing offense. And they're going to have a tougher task this week against a better running team. So they're going to have to also uh, put a lot into to stop the run, and then have to try to keep up with Amon Ra and Laporta and Williams. I mean, it's going to be our secondary is going to have to step up.
I'm not as worried. I feel like Spags is. just really smart with teams. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, great analysis. But I'm just saying, like, when you think about how he approaches a game, like, or a team like this that's multidimensional, they'll be one dimensional. Like, rarely do teams get to do both the things they want to do. Or, like, like you think of Lamar Jackson, the Ravens,
right.
it's like, you're not going to run, or you're not going to throw, or you're not going
But
to do this,
but the Lions do both so well. Like that's what I'm saying is if we need to uh, put extra resources to stop the run, then
I think we'll be
I
okay.
don't know.
I think we'll, I mean, I think I believe so. What I believe as far as our
No,
defensive, I don't believe in our
you're
defensive line. I believe in our linebackers. I feel like they've been playing really well. Like all of our cornerbacks, they're playing hard. Like Saquon Barkley, I mean, he hasn't been able to run very well in general. But like all of these, Derrick Henry, he gets a
yeah.
little bit, but like big rushing teams don't usually do well. And maybe this is just dumb analysis, and I'm going to watch the game and they're going to run for 200 yards, and that will be very embarrassing. But I would
I'm
just
gonna call you
suggest
out.
I the way Spags usually plays, he makes them, you know, he's going to make them nickel and dime it. I'm mostly worried about Amon-Ra because of
Yeah.
just the way that we play. Um, those kinds of players find holes pretty easily and usually have pretty big games. We do
You,
shut down top wide receivers sometimes, but I think in this kind of game where you have somebody who wants to run as much as the Lions do, Spags is going to focus on that, and Amon-Ra will be, or maybe a Jameson Williams play or a pass interference, kind of like what happened with PTJ. Like he didn't get a lot of yards, but he got a couple pass interferences and
yeah.
moved the ball down pretty well. He
Yeah.
got 80 yards. He got a lot of yards.
If we can't get any pressure on Goff, I mean, that has always been the way to beat Goff is to get pressure on him. And so
Yeah,
it's going to be tough if we're not getting any pressure on him.
with our four. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think that they should have been favored even at home. Like they've been rolling people. But
But
hey,
we haven't been like, I don't know. Like I still feel like the Chiefs are good, strong. I don't mind odds makers. So here's the other thing I'll tell you about odds makers. So people are very likely to bet on the Chiefs. So our lines get inflated because they always want half and half. And because there's so many people, because the Chiefs been good for so long and whatever, whatever. Globally, there's so many people that will bet on the Chiefs that sometimes the line gets pushed a little bit.
gets moved. See, but then you can just make the odds worse. Usually, if a lot of people vote on one side, then they make well, I guess it's a way to start at the beginning. But um,
Right. And they'll get adjusted, something like that. But I mean, think about when the Chiefs were winning all those one score games and didn't beat the spread like ever. People were still betting
yeah,
on him. Like
it's true.
it's just kind of the nature of sports
Okay, but
betting. But
we were underdogs against the Ravens. I mean,
we're
we were.
okay. I mean, okay. That's a good
Just saying.
argument. If we were underdogs against the Ravens, yeah. And honestly, I think that made even less sense because, as I've said before, Spags has
Played them well.
tr- played Lamar really well consistently. So,
Yeah, well, should be a good game. I mean, it's a good night game, and some of the night games I feel like been like, those
nah,
teams, but
I'll pass.
I think everybody will be interested in this game, not just Lions and Chiefs fans.
That that great Packers Dallas game,
That was wild
and then they ended tie.
and a tie. But I mean,
Let's
I
go
didn't
home,
expect that to
guys.
be as
Let's
good a
just go
game as it
home.
was. Packers are an interesting team. I don't know what to think of them. They played so well the first couple weeks, and then they played and they lost. And then they played well against Dallas, but you saw it that I mean, at one point you're thinking, are the Green Bay Packers just gonna be the best team in the league. Like their defense, their offense. I've always been a little lower on them just because I don't. Jordan Love is just such an up and down player. People like to talk about him as being a phenomenal quarterback, and he can be, but then he also has just bad games. So
What about
he's
Matt
very up and down.
LaFleur? Do you think he's like top 10 coach, top
I
5
man,
coach,
that's too
15?
hard. I have to start thinking about all the coaches. Like there's so many coaches.
I know there are a
There's
lot
a
of
lot of good
coaches.
ones, and even ones that are on bad teams can be good. And then there's like early risers, right? Like Liam, like you're like he's played really well. Like he's done a lot with it with the Jaguars.
Well,
But I wouldn't put him ahead of LaFleur now, but he could be. Like
yeah,
if
Liam
he
Cohen, yeah.
because he's taken a historically bad team. Like you LaFleur, you're like taking a historically good team with good organization and making them good again. It's not nearly as hard as taking a bad organization. So that's Dan Campbell. Like you have to give him a ton of credit for taking an organization where players don't want to go, they don't want to play there. Like they've
Yeah.
just been bad for a long time. They've had struggles for a long time. They haven't had good GM, all that, and
Yeah.
making something out of them is more
Okay.
impressive to me.
Let's do top 5
Top five
coaches.
coaches. So I put Andy Reid and um, why can't I think of his name? 49ers coach. I've talked about him before.
Yeah, now my brain is gone too. How did you do that? How did you transfer it to me?
Yeah.
Um,
So
so
um, I
okay.
feel I feel
How
like
do
they're
you
a couple of
feel?
the best. And then so I'm trying to think. We have like LaFleur. LaFleur is really good. I don't know if I'd put him top 10. Man,
Okay.
it's hard. Sorry, what?
No, you're good.
Sirianni is like I don't know how I feel about him. Like he's had a really much of the time he's been there. I don't know how I feel about him if he would be a top five. Like he's obviously had success, but um,
Yeah, it's hard to know if he's a good coach or not. Like, is it Howie Roseman? Just gives him good players and
yeah.
stuff. And
Or
it's
is he
like,
making the most of the players? Like it's just
yeah,
I don't know.
I think he's a good coach, but I think he's somewhat more dependent on his coordinators than other
Yeah,
coaches. So I would agree he's not there. So Shanahan,
Shanahan. Yeah, and
Shanahan,
then I kind of feel like McVay. Like McVay has continued to
yeah,
make a really good organization year after year. I feel like they like we'll see how they do, and then they've continued to be good. Like I thought that
yeah.
after they won that Super Bowl, they were going to drop off because they put in a lot of resources, but they made it with the limited resources they've had. They've continued to be good.
His schemes have
So
been incredible. Yeah,
yeah,
and stuff
he's
like that. Hmm
so I so he's been great. Um, what were you gonna say?
No, I mean those were the three ones that came to my mind first.
I mean, I
Um,
kind of am, I feel like I want to give it to Campbell. Campbell's also, I think, maybe a little dependent on coordinators. But he seems to hire really good coordinators because even after losing Johnson, obviously their offense is still really clicking. Um,
yeah,
so, and doing that with a like I said, an organization that's historically been bad and like
yeah,
building that culture has a lot of value. Now he might not be
okay,
the best, what they used to say, like X's and O's guy, but
yeah.
um, I mean, there's
Mm,
probably some I'm missing.
I mean it's hard. Like I don't know, I don't know. As far as like a lot of them, I'm thinking about are you know,
So it's hard with like Nick Dermott. Like you're like, well, he's had Josh Allen, so is that the only reason he's good?
yeah. You don't feel that way about
Harbaugh,
McDermott?
like I feel like I give more credit to. He's been doing it longer, so maybe him. Like he's continued to have a good organization for a long
Yeah.
time.
We got Mike Tomlin is another one.
Yeah,
Sean Payton was good in New Orleans for a while.
yeah.
I know what it is. Here's the one we thought, and it may be
Okay.
again, maybe we're prisoners of the moment of the years where they're, um, but Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. That's got to be Kevin O'Connell,
Mm,
right?
yeah, yeah, he's been phenomenal. He really has. Different quarterbacks, different it's just so hard with like I said with McDermott and with Harbaugh because it's like you have such good quarterbacks. It's hard to know if that's why you're good. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't. I would have to look into it more about with other. Um, I did not watch it enough when I was younger to have a better idea of like older times. Like I
Yeah.
didn't watch it nearly as much until recent times. So,
Yep. Me
um,
neither. So maybe we're prisoners, maybe we're youngins. Anybody
oh, we definitely
older
are.
watching can tell us. Actually, Harborough is definitely one of the best or whatever.
It's just good that we both struggle to say his name. At least we're we got that in common.
Harborough. Anyway, yeah, that's so those are our top five.
Yeah.
Any of our loyal
And the
fans
other
want to
ones
give us their list of
we
five
forgot.
or any problems they have with that. Or if they also struggle to say Harbaugh.
You're braver than I am. I just was avoiding it at all costs at this point. Um, but yeah, I put a lot of credit on teams that have shown that they can be good with multiple quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like Andy Reid's obviously shown he can win with whomever. And and yeah, Mike Tomlinson the same thing. It's just hard because they've never been able to get to that level, right? They've always been just right at that 500. And so it's like he overperforms, but also he doesn't seem to I don't know, like raise up
Mm,
good players. You know, I haven't
yeah.
seen that as
Elevate the
much.
play for
Elevate
sure.
the players,
So good thoughts about coaches. Let's go beat the Lions. We
that'd be
felt
great.
we couldn't catch the Cheetahs
We couldn't
last week, but
we couldn't beat those kitty
but
cats.
let's face the Lions.
Yeah,
Face the Lions. All right. I don't.
I was just letting you do it.
No, you gotta help me. I'm drowning.
You're
See you
drowning
next
here.
week.
We probably need to actually come up with like a closing phrase, right?
Oh, I
Like
mean, it was
a
always the chief call.
just
Let's do it. Yeah.